Huge things I didn't mention was something that happened in 1937. So that's 5 years after these storms started happening. There was an unusually clear day, and one young boy goes out into the field and says, "Wow, it's really clear out today. Maybe this whole thing is over." And he starts to get some chores done in the yard because you couldn't really work outside when these storms were happening. And he starts to hear this buzzing noise. And he's like, shoot, another duster's coming. That must be the static electricity. He's looking all around. He can't really see anything. And then he starts to see this cloud in the distance, but he's used to what these dust storms look like by now. And this one looks different to him. He goes inside to get his dad, and his dad's an old-timey cowboy. So he's been on this land for a long, long time. And his dad's looking in the distance, and he's listening, and he goes, "That's not a duster. Those are grasshoppers." A plague of locusts hits the Dust Bowl 5 years after these storms started happening, as if these poor folks are not suffering enough. The drought did strange things to the locust population. One, it killed all the birds and the snakes that typically eat these locusts. Two, there's a special type of fungus that typically kills a lot of the larvae, but it happens during wet season, which hasn't been happening now for 5 years. The locusts swarm this boy and his father and the rest of the Dust Bowl so heavily that they start to eat the clothing off of his father. They start to eat the homes that they're living in. Now, at this point, Hugh Bennett had been really encouraging, via FDR's funding, people to plant grass in these lands. Stop planting corn, stop planting wheat, plant grass. This is grassland. And they had some success, including this family. They had planted some grass and it had grown. In about 15 seconds, these locusts ate every single blade of grass within viewing distance. In one of the counties, an agricultural leader, Bill Baker, estimated that there were 23,000 locusts per acre, so 14 million per square mile. This problem became so bad they had to call in the National Guard. However, the National Guard, along with the US government's solution for these grasshoppers, was to poison them. And what did they use to poison them? Arsenic. Do I need to explain why that's not a good idea in their current circumstances, or really in any circumstance?